Hello again and welcome to my channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Prop Up & Co. And this is the final race of the final round of a Manufacturers Cup. And we are in Germany, as you know, but we're on that magnificent Nordschleife circuit, the Green Hell, as some people might call it. And this special edition round where it was the GP circuit for race one, and then the guys for the final. Couldn't be more fitting, could it, to end it on something like this. Glad to see the weather is nice and clear and sunny. It is actually a lap race, this one, being that we are talking about a 13-mile circuit here. So 3 laps as opposed to 25 minutes, but it's going to still be as close to that time as we can be anyway. So it depends on who you ask. I'm not sure entirely. I think there's, between, I don't know, 70, 100 corners on this circuit, I would have thought. So a lot of corners. I don't know the full corner count, but a lot of corners anyway. Let's just put it that way. And I'm certainly not going to be naming all of them. So I won't be naming any of them, actually. But, I'm going to get on straight on with this one. Now, the other change here, apart from being a lap race, is the guys have lined up on the grid in championship order. So not in reverse grid like we normally have. Which is why you're seeing Nave sitting there at the top. So that is the reason. So 3 laps, we've got championship order on the grid. Guys are ready to go. Everyone's ready. The photographers are ready. The spectators are ready. And I think we're ready. So let's go through this grid and let's get this second and final race underway. So Nave in pole position. We've on the soft tyres. We've got Unforgiven on second on the softs. I think everyone's going to be on the softs. I don't think there's going to be any pit stops here, if I'm honest. Silly Shot in third. Fourth for P. White. Keyboard in 5th place. Slowpoke in 6th. We got Phaser in 7th. Carlsberg in 8th. Osnad in 9th. And Vane in 10th. Glad that everyone's out there anyway. No one's bottled it for this second race. So they're all going to go for it. So let's go. Watch those lights and enjoy this one. Here we go. I thought we had a problem with the lights, and I thought, we don't have a problem here, not this final round, but they're off. And it's going to be very tricky to pass around this circuit, especially a bit easier probably at the start of this lap, but as you progress further into the forests here, and who's that? Nafe's already off, I think. Nafe is off. And we've had a bit of a pile up, and there you go. Well, I was about to say there's not really anywhere to pass around here, but clearly that's not the way to do it. I think he just lost it on his own, didn't he? Or did he catch the grass? Let's have a look. Nafe. So our championship leader might well be out of this race if he can't get it. I think he just grabbed it. Yeah, he did actually grab a little bit of grass there. And then we've got Slowpoke, who I don't know if that was a touch from P. White, whether there was a... Let's go back and have a look what happened to see what happened to Slowpoke here. He's on his own at this point, not really contact with anybody. He had P. White ahead of him. Slowpoke, I think he's going to go for a move round here. Well, he's going for it, and then just, there was a bit of contact between himself and P. White. Well, Slowpoke was trying to go round the outside, maybe just caught the front quarter of P. White there, and unfortunately for Slowpoke, he's took himself out. And that's not the greatest start. What are we? We're like 3-4 corners into this racing already. We've got cars all over, and P. White actually, he waited, so I think it was a bit of 1.5 dozen of an hour there, if I'm honest. P. White maybe thought it was his fault, so whatever, it's not the blame game here, is it? But he obviously decided he wanted to let let Slowpoke go. But meanwhile, it's unleashed, Unforgiven up front after Nave went off with Silly Shot in 2nd place. So the 2 Lexuses 1 and 2. Then they've got Keyboard Captain in 3rd, Phaser 4th, Carlsberg in 5th, Osnad in 6th, Vane in 7th. There's Nave in 8th place after his off, and then we've got the other 2, Slowpoke and P. White in 9th and 10th place. But they're going to have a tough race now, trying to catch up with this lot ahead of them. There is that one line through this course, and as I was going to say, as you get further into the forests, it becomes even more tricky to pass. So Unforgiven is in a good place, but of course on the other side of that is it's very easy to make a mistake. So even though you could be out in front, it doesn't take a lot to make a mistake or run it wide or just lose time in general before you could be taken by other drivers. So it's all about full concentration here around this circuit, focus, because it's so difficult. Come around this left-hander into this right-hander and out the other side, and this next left-hand is pretty tricky. We stay with Keyboard Captain as they come through here now. There's a little kink here, this little right-hander, but into this next left-hander, then right, and up on the curb. Pretty tricky there. Run it too far onto the curb, because I think that might give you a penalty as well. As Fazer took a very tight line through there, as Osnad is all over the back of Colesberg. I think this is going to be a difficult one to commentate on. It always has been and always will be. It's so large, so much could be going on that you're not going to be able to see it all. As Osnad goes up the inside of Colesberg, that is a good move from Osnad to get himself to 5th place. Porsche looking good there. Colesberg just running a little bit wide. And, that allowed Osnad to go through. Afe is on a charge again, so he's reset his brain, reset everything, and he's fully focused on the cars ahead of him now. Payne now in 8th place with Slowpoke in 9th still, P White in 10th. Going to be a long race for these two at the back here. 2 Lexuses heading it then. It doesn't look like Silly Shot is catching Unforgiven. The identical cars here, so there's not going to be any advantage to any of these two drivers. Exactly the same car, exactly the same brake horsepower, exactly the same everything. So it's all down to skill levels around this road course. Remember, this is the course you can drive on in your own family car if you wish, for a very cheap price. But on the flip side of that is the reason it's so cheap is if you do happen to have an off or damage any part of the circuit or have to call out the tow truck or anything, it costs you absolute fortune. So that's why it costs you about a tenner to go around there, but at your peril you do, and you run the risk of having to pay a lot of money if you get it wrong. So hopefully these guys, well, they obviously got their teams backing, so they ain't got to worry about forking out any money out of their own pockets here. But as we see, Nath now attacking Colesberg up the inside. Colesberg let the champion go through, and down to 6th place goes Colesberg. See the car lift through that little jump. Let's go with Osnad and you'll see what I mean. Just as you go over the rise, didn't quite see it at that camera shot, but the front of the cars lift up. You're almost like you're going to take off at that point as it slams its body back down onto the surface of the road. So go and look at that battle with Nath and Colesberg again. No worse. Nath actually catching up with Fazer ahead of him in 4th now. That's tricky, that half carousel left-hander. That's probably more tricky than the full carousel left-hander. Another one that flips up the front of the car. It's very unstable through there. No grip whatsoever. You're relying on about two or three tyres making contact with the surface there. Really throw the car off. Got to just ease it through there a little bit. You cannot go flat. Fazer now, this along this back straight. It's coming to the end of the 1st lap, so that's how long it is. What are we? We're well, 6.5 minutes in. So go back to our leader who's just about to cross the line now. You're looking at a 6:40, 6:41, 6:42. Yeah, 6:41 and a half. So 6:41.5 for Unforgiven. Silly Shot behind him. So there you go. 6.5 minute lap round here. So you're looking at about a 20-minute race-ish for these guys. So lap 2 now. I think there's been another change there, and I think that was Nath taking Fazer. Let's have a look. Up there at turn 1, coming out of the final corner. Fazer will probably let the champ go through as well. Well, give him a bit of room, yeah. So Fazer let the champ go, and he's up to 4th place. Now, let's see if he's learned his lesson. This is where he went off here right at the start of the race. Oh, he has grabbed that grass again. He does take a lot of that grass, and he's managed to keep it going this time, though, but exactly identical almost. That back wheel getting on that edge of the grass there. Absolutely no runoff, as you can see around here. He might as well be racing along the alleyways behind someone's house. You're that close to the barriers and the walls here that it just isn't pleasant at all at these speeds. It's a great course. I love it personally. I love driving around it. On the game, I mean, not in real life. I've yet to experience that, but on the game, it's a great circuit. Keeps you on your toes, that's for sure, and that's what you want. Is a little bit of a challenge now and then, don't you? And this is not one that would usually be on the calendar, but being that it is the final race of the final round of this Manufacturers' Cup, then yeah, why not? Everyone on soft tyres, as I say, there's no chance. Oh, and Keeble, that is not the right line through there, and he's going to lose third place to Nath, and that was a big hit from Keeble, catching way too much speed through there. Again, this is a bit of a rise here that you can lose some traction as you. Oh, and he just couldn't get it stopped and smashes up against the barrier. Lucky to keep that car going. It's going to have a lot of damage front and rear, and he's going to have to just stay out of the way. Oh, and Fazer's reset. Why did Fazer reset? Got past Keeble, who's off at this point. Right, so he's waiting there on the inside. Fazer goes past. Oh, he's cut that corner. He's gone straight across as Fazer, and that's reset him. So that's put Colesberg to 4th. Fazer just about starts that car, gets it going again. Oh, and then grabs the inside curb, and he's going to lose it again. And literally put the power on and caught the curb. And that was that. And then he goes for another reset, and oh my goodness me, back to the back of the field. And that's, he literally didn't make it from one corner to the next corner, which is like about 10 yards apart. And all sorts of dramas going on there for Fazer. It's quite comical actually, but probably not for him, but it was quite funny to watch, I've got to be honest. Last round, why not? It's doesn't really matter now, I guess. But Fazer then behind Vane, who's in 9th place. Osnad to 8th. P. White ahead of him in 7th place. There he is. Slowpoke now up to 6th after he's off. Managed to get through. And this is what I was saying. It doesn't take a lot for cars to make, or drivers to make a mistake. And what, did he just make another mistake, Slowpoke? It looked like he just caught a bit more grass there. I just went away from him, so I had to go back to him a little bit just to see if he managed to keep it going. He did. But yeah, so because of few drivers' mistakes, from 9th place up to 6th goes Slowpoke. So actually, probably not going to be ending up too bad a race after all, is it, if he can stay there? But our leaders, or leader and 2nd place, Lexus of Silly Shot. Got a big gap back then to Nath, who I'm not even sure Nath will be able to catch those guys ahead of him. Everyone's going to be knocking out fastest sectors and fastest laps here on lap 2. So I don't take too much notice of the purple sectors coming up there, but what can Nath do? Has he got the speed? Has he got enough time left to catch the 2 Lexuses ahead of him? I'm not so sure, personally. Doesn't really matter, he don't care, but I'm sure he'll be happy with the podium. He ends up where he is, but like any champion, you just want to win as many races as possibly can. But I think that big mistake he made at the start of the race, like coming back and bite him in this one, I don't think he's going to have enough to recover from what was a big off. But we'll see. We'll see. It only takes a mistake. Nearly a mistake from Silly Shot. He's pushing. Back end having a bit of a moment and then goes across, and there's a seed. See what I mean? Slightest mistake. No, it's not a big mistake. Certainly lost him a bit of time, and that will just put Nath a little bit closer, although he's still well ahead. His Silly Shot. I reckon he's probably loving it out there, his Silly Shot. Oh, it says that on the back of his car. I'm loving it. That was my McDonald's joke, by the way. Not very funny. We'll move on. Unforgiven. Our leader is about to hit back straight for the second time, for the penultimate time, and he will be coming up to the end of his second lap. And actually, it's the 6 minute 4.5 will obviously get blitzed because the second lap's always going to be quicker than the first lap. So he comes up under the bridge, little flash and little wave to the cameraman up there. There he is, perched up on the top. I always give him a little bit of a flash of the lights. Silly Shot will also. So let's see what lap time Unforgiven gets as he comes through these final couple of corners to start lap 3, the final lap. Yeah, so 6 minute 36.1. So almost exactly 6.5 minutes. Silly Shot 6:41.2. So he's several seconds slower than Unforgiven. And Nath in third. What about Nath? Is he gonna 6:39? So he's about 3 seconds. Oh, and then gets it wrong in turn 1. That puts play to any fight back there for Nath. A little mistake again. He does flirt with that outside grass, doesn't he? As he drifts it through, slides it around turn 4. He's certainly pushing this for sure. He doesn't care. He don't care if he doesn't even finish now. These guys are just pushing these cars to the limits now. We're going into the car scrap heap in the sky at the end of this as Keeble runs it wide again. Ready. And a big major off as Keeble down to 5th place now. But yeah, they're going to be absolutely ragging these motors now in this final lap. They'll be saying goodbye to them. The keys will go in a pot, and that'll be that. Well, not that sort of pot, but they'll get put in a pot and never to be used again, or at least not for a while. P. White in 7th, Osnad in 8th place. Just sort of going through the motions now, just seeing this through really. Osnad still looks like he's got a bit of fight in him though, trying to catch up with P. White. Down this right hand up to the bridge, then through this S section, although it's pretty much straight all the way through. He's like a snake all the way through here, but you don't actually have to turn the wheel at all, just literally straight line that all the way through. Then it's a tricky corner here through just left right, where we see Fraser had that moment. He couldn't get it going, could he? Took him about 2 hours to get the car started. Vane in 9, And Fazer, there he is in 10th after his funny moment. Sorry, Fazer, I thought it was quite funny, but obviously for you it probably wasn't. But hey, yeah, it's the arse race, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter. You've had a good season, my friend. Unforgiven. Then he's, well, I think he's going to take this victory. He's, I think, quite likes his circuit anyway. Still knocking out fastest sectors, so it looks like he could be possibly getting himself into the 6:35s, if not 6:34s, depending on how well the rest of the lap goes, but certainly he will be into 6:35s at this point. Silly shot. Well, he's not going to catch Unforgiven, but I don't think anyone's going to catch him either. So I think he's settling for a second place here as he hits the carousel for the last time. They'll just roll it through on that low line, although some people do take that higher line. A bit more tricky up there, but obviously less bumpy than that lower line through the carousel. Nath, as we see him exiting it now. Looks like he's going to grab a podium to finish off his season. Colesberg in 4th place. This will be a good one for Colesberg if he can stay there, but Slowpoke looks like he's on a bit of a charge behind Colesberg now, and Keeble's off again. I see him, and he's not having a fun time in that Ferrari, is he? That's all. His car just doesn't like it round here. It's going to be like the carousel, obviously, and it's going to be on the bumps. It's going to get it wrong, or actually grabs that inside curb, and that is easily done there. Don't want to be touching that inside curb. Thankfully, just a little bit of rear damage, nothing like last time, but just a loss of time. There's P. White in 7th place. Had a decent season as P. White. Osnad, another one who's just sort of been there, hasn't he? Round about the midfield. Not really anything too dramatic, but getting the points he wanted, and that is dramatic, and that's a mistake from Osnad, and that's going to probably push him down to 9th place if Vane is close by. Not sure where he is on track. There's the yellow flags there, so he's not that far behind. Probably start seeing Osnad in the shots. Green flags are back up and running now. I don't think he's that far ahead of him actually as Osnad, but that was a mistake from him. P. White with a nice gap behind him now. And Vane in 9th. Well, we know the struggles that Vane's had throughout the season, just even changed the car as well, and looks like he's out on ice back there, and the change of the car didn't help at all, and what's he drifting it, doing a drift session here at the moment is Vane. Fazer also drifting it, so there we go. Well, not quite as he's giving up now, isn't he? This is it. It's just time to forget it. I think he's probably just wants to get out of that car now. Oh, and I've missed the leader go over. Apologies. Let's go back. I didn't realise he was that far. He was that close to the end, actually. So apologies. Let's go back there. That was me rabbiting on and talking absolute nonsense. Let's see. Victory for Unforgiven as he comes through. I thought we still had a long way to go, to be honest. There you go. That's how this circuit can catch you out. Not just for the drivers, but for the commentators as well. As he comes round that final corner, congratulations to Unforgiven. He will claim that runners-up spot in the championship with that 2nd place. Well done to him. Silly shot will get a 2nd place here, and he might actually push him up to 3rd in the championship. I'm not actually sure if how many points he was behind Rossi with him not being here. He might actually grab that 3rd place in the championship. But Nath, here he is. Congratulations to our champion, Dave will come in third, will get that final spot on the podium, and will be the champion, the Manufacturers Cup champion here for this season. Really good driving throughout for him, and well done. Slowpoke then will get that fourth place. So what did he have? He's got was that a third and a fourth for Slowpoke here around the Nürburgring? It was, you know. Flash of lights, fourth place for him. Well done, Colesberg, not far behind. Will get that fifth. Well done to him. Keyboard, after an eventful race here, will get sixth. Not much panels left on that car. P. White will grab seventh. Osnad will come in eighth place. Well done to everybody, all the drivers here. Vane will come in ninth. So one better than what he got last time, so he'll take that. And then Fazer. He's had a disastrous race, this one, hasn't he? Scuffs all over the car. Literally every panel there on that car is no longer the original. He's just going to cruise it home now. He probably, so it sounds like he's stuck in gear as well, but he's flat out in sixth place. But he's going to roll it in to finish this race. 10th place for Fazer, and he is the last one to cross the line, and decides to run it wide at the last corner as well. So 10th for him, and that will be that. So congratulations again to Unforgiven for that win. Second place in the championship, and well, that is it for the Manufacturers Cup. What a season. Thank you to everybody, all the drivers. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next one once that gets going, and hopefully I'll be the commentating on that again. Not sure at this stage, but we will see. But yeah, really looking forward to that, and that will start. Well, there'll be an announcement when that will start, so keep your ears and eyes open for that. But I want to thank everybody for what they've done, and really enjoyable series. And congratulations to our top three. And that's it from me. So I hope you've enjoyed everything. Join me again next time. Probably be the start of our new Sunday Championship, actually, which is probably starts in a couple of weeks' time now. It's just been put back a week to the 26th. So that will be the next the next videos I'll have on my channel, and I will be covering the top league, the Pro League 1 on the Sunday Championship. So look forward to seeing you there, and I will leave you now and catch up with you soon. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.